Hi, I'm going to tell you a story today. There are different versions of the story, and one of the version is that I'm going to read this. Okay. One wise old man visited a small famine-ridden and war-torn village in the mountains. He finds that everybody here is afraid and hiding in their homes. The villagers tell him, "We have very little food. Our crops were very poor this year, and there's not much to eat in the whole village. Most of us are just barely getting by." The wise man says, "You don't have to worry about feeding me. I already have everything I need. In fact, I was thinking of making some stone soup to share with all of you." "Stone soup?" the villagers asked. "What's that?" "We have never heard of stone soup." And the old man says, "If you bring me a soup pot and some water, I will make some for all of us." And so the villagers rushed back to their homes. When they returned, one was carrying a large soup pot, another had a wood for a fire, and others brought water. The old man drops a stone in the boiling water. Then he begins to slowly stir the pot, sniffing the aroma. "I do like a tasty stone soup," he said. "Of course, stone soup with cabbage, now that's really special." One villager said, "I might be able to find a bit of cabbage." And off she goes to her house, returning with a small cabbage she had stored away in a pantry. And the old man says, "This reminds me of the time I had stone soup with cabbage and a bit of salted beef. It was incredibly good." After some silence, the village butcher spoke up. "I know where there's a bit of salted beef," and off he goes to his shop to get it. When he returned, the old man added the beef to the soup pot and continued to stir. And then he says, "Can you imagine what this soup would taste like if we had a bit of onion and perhaps a few potatoes and a carrot and some mushrooms? Oh, this would be a meal fit for royalty." And before he knew it, the soup pot was filled to the brim with vegetables of all kinds: carrots and potatoes, mushrooms and onions, turnips, green beans, beets, celery, all brought by the men and women and children of the village. Not only that, but the village baker came out with some fresh bread and butter. And as the soup simmered slowly over the fire, the villagers began to relax and talk together, sharing songs and stories and jokes and laugh. When the soup was finally done, they all shared a delicious meal together. There was more than enough for everyone to eat their fill. Afterward, they all declared that it was the best soup that they have ever tasted. The mayor of the village pulled the old man aside and quietly offered him a great deal of money for the magic stone, but the old man refused to sell it. The next morning, he woke up early and packed up his belongings. And as he was leaving the village, he passed by a group of children playing at the side of the road. He handed the youngest one the silk pouch containing the stone, and he whispered, "It was not the stone that performed the magic. It was all of us together." From that day on, the villagers shared what they had with each other, and the village became one happy place. That is the power of sharing. Share your gifts with others. It may inspire someone, motivate someone, uplift someone, give someone some confidence, can answer someone's questions, answer someone's prayers. Who knows what your gift can do to a person when you share it with the world? And let's not forget about sharing your feelings in your relationships. I know I had to add the relationship part. They are an important part of our lives, aren't they? We just cannot ignore them. All right, that's it for now. This is Sonali from Love Life Coach XO.